Serbia unveiled the new infantry fighting vehicle on the Yugoimport presentation. The new vehicle is called Lazanski to honor the recently deceased Serbian Ambassador in Russia. The vehicle is said to be made on the basis of Lazar 3 vehicle, but he has drastically improved on it. Lazanski is pretty special in a way that, according to the manufacturer, is the first wheeled infantry fighting vehicle with a 57mm autocannon. The vehicle features the remote Russian AU-220M system armed with a 57mm gun. This is the main advertising feature of the vehicle. The turret is completely remotely operated and is mounted on top of the vehicle's chassis, where it doesn't take any of the internal volume, since all ammunition, which is 80 pieces, is stored in the turret itself. This may not sound like a lot for an autocannon, but keep in mind that this is a 57mm gun. It's much more deadly than usual 25 and 30mm autocannons. It's similar to what some tanks used in World War II, specifically British and Russian tanks, which didn't really have much different ammo capacity. The ammunition is said to be both domestically produced and procured from Russia. What type of projectiles will be made for the vehicle is not yet disclosed, but on the presentation they mentioned that the armor-piercing projectile can penetrate 100mm at 1 km and 80mm at 2 km. So at least we know that. The maximum range of the gun claimed by the Russian manufacturer is 12 km. This is because it can also be used as an anti-aircraft gun to shoot at helicopters, but to be honest, any autocannon can. This is just going to do much more damage from one hit. The accuracy is said to be good, with a 3-round burst being able to hit a tank-sized target at 2 km. The turret is also armed with a 7.62mm machine gun with 500 rounds. The vehicle has all-around day and infrared cameras mounted around the vehicle. Now, the crew is composed of 3 members: driver, gunner, and commander. But the turret was shown to have only one sight on it. That appears to be the commander's panoramic sight, and when we look at the Russian showcase of the turret, we can see that what is supposed to be gunner's sight is missing. Now, it should be possible that the commander uses the all-around cameras for spotting and the sight is used as gunner's sight, or it could be that they are going to use different sight for the gunner and simply didn't put one for the showcase, or they just forgot, since the turret can also be a mock-up for presentation. I don't really know. In any case, if there is only one thermal on the turret, it's certainly a downside. Another problem is that the vehicle lacks any anti-tank guided missile. I don't know what the correct use for this vehicle will be in the Serbian army, but it's usual for such vehicle to be equipped with some kind of an ATGM. Truth be told, most line-of-sight ATGMs won't do much against the modern main battle tank, unless we are talking about Cornet. 57mm gun is enough to cause critical damage on the tanks, and can penetrate a big majority of MBTs on the side, unless they are equipped with heavy NERA elements. But for Serbia it shouldn't be that big of an issue. Still, having an ATGM is always a plus, especially if you come across older MBTs, which are still very common. The vehicle doesn't have any active protection system either, but the physical protection appears to be decent. It is said to be STANAG 5 all-around protection, which is meant to protect against 25mm autocannons. But the vehicle can be fitted with STANAG 6 frontal protection that provides protection against 30mm autocannons. The protection is certainly good, especially when compared to the rest of the vehicles currently in use in Serbia, but any more powerful rocket or missile will still penetrate it. The vehicle is powered by a 711 horsepower C13 engine. Some sources say 750 horsepower. Allison SP 6-gear automatic transmission and hydropneumatic suspension that gives the ability to change the ground clearance of the vehicle by 100mm in each direction. The vehicle weighs between 26 and 36 tons, depending on the armor package. Also, what is a downside to some is the fact that it uses wheels instead of tracks. Specifically, it's an 8x8 vehicle. Personally, I would prefer a tracked vehicle, but there are probably good reasons why the wheels were chosen. The vehicle can also transport 10 infantrymen, which is certainly a lot, and more than what a lot of infantry fighting vehicles can do. This is enabled by the remotely operated turret that takes up no internal volume of the vehicle, which is a great plus. The cost of the vehicle is said to be between 2 and 2.5 million euros, depending on the modifications. Not that expensive considering its performance. All in all, the vehicle appears to be very decent. Protection, firepower and mobility are all on modern standards, if we excluded the lack of a potent ATGM that is, and the clear lack of the second thermal on the turret. If I find something more about that, I will let you know. But that would be all for now. If you like my content, consider supporting me on Patreon, or just leave a like on the video or subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a nice day.